Do I want me to walk it this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just pop it on the ground here. Make up the cover.
Getting ourselves ready to go for a nice little paddle before dinner, having a barbecue, and although it was pretty overcast when we left the marina, the sun is out now, the sky is blue, and it's just beautiful out. And I am like fully dressed in fall weather gear because I wasn't sure how wet we were going to get today, but I'm assured that this is really stable and I should be fine. This beautiful piece of land we're on belongs to our friend Walter. You may remember him from when he brought us out for a tour of the Dazcat Multihull Center back in March. But now that restrictions are lifting and we'll soon be on our way, he wanted to have us over for a barbecue, go for a paddle on the river, and have the chance to take in a little bit more of Plymouth before we left. How's this for a day on the water?
This is lovely.
This is beautiful.
Sun's out. Temperature's nice.
Could not ask for a better afternoon. Looks like the
we got
guys.
current pushing us backwards.
Time to start paddling.
Yeah. It's got a little curve to it. I didn't even see that. Wow.
The sunny conditions we started with did not last for our entire trip on the water.
It looks like storm conditions on this. Okay.
But thankfully, once we were back to the house and food was on the grill, the sky cleared up enough for us to be able to enjoy the beautiful views of the Tamar River as we ate outdoors. I'm going to take a little bit of video of my dessert being made.
Right? Yeah.
And I think that's another.
That looks so good.
There we go.
Oh, yum. Thank you. Wow.
Whatever that was.
The second.
Did you take your boat down the St. Lawrence Seaway then?
No, we did Erie Canal.
Did you?
So we went through the Great Lakes, Erie Canal. That's one of those places.
You know, Walter, we still don't have a proper introduction yet of who you are.
That's one of the cool things about it is, New York.
I think you did it on the one inside.
Getting away from our little corner of Plymouth was just what we needed. And friends like Walter, they help us find all the inside knowledge for the best cruising and anchoring spots in the area. Who knows? Maybe sometime soon you'll see Elements swaying at anchor just around the corner from here. Welcome to MJ Sailing. We're Matt and Jessica, a couple that left Michigan for the nomadic lifestyle 7 years ago. Recently, we refitted an aluminum boat to sail to the Arctic and explore some of the more remote areas of the planet. Thanks for joining the adventure. Isn't it sad to watch Elements growing smaller in the background behind us? I promise the next episode, we will be out on her. But before we do that, there's one more boat we want to hop on in the Plymouth area. That is Hissy Fit, which you saw in, I think, last week's video out at Mountbatten, and Simon has kindly invited us aboard. So we're gonna get ourselves out to Saltash this morning and go for a ride in the Plymouth Sound and try and get some real speed, because there's even more wind today than we went out with Julian on his Dazcat a few weeks ago. Just made it aboard Hissy Fit right now with Simon and Darren, or Daz, who's the designer side of Dazcat. They're taking us out. Pretty good breeze going on, so although it's going to be in our face on the way out, once we get to the sound, we should be able to do lots of tacking, and can't wait to get inside this boat and get a tour. It looks amazing. It is a 14.95, so right around 48 feet, and this is closer to the size Matt and I are looking at. We're going to probably go around 44 to 45 feet when we do our catamaran. Another galleon art place.
I like the bamboo too.
Lights on this one.
Yeah, you still got a long, nice, good cooktop or countertop area.
Countertop there. Did you find the sleeping quarters?
Yeah, slightly different than Easy Tiger. Yeah.
Boys Hall.
Can't believe you don't live on here, Simon.
Hi Jessica, Simon Baker, owner of Hissy Fit, Dazcat 1495, and we've chosen to come out on what's looking to be quite a reasonably windy and a bit of sun coming through the clouds now. So we've got you guys aboard today to take for a sail. You've been out on Easy Tiger a few weeks ago, so we're going out on a slightly bigger boat and see how you get on with that. I've had this boat 5 years now and done a mix of some family cruising, only locally, and racing. Fast nets, cross channel, round Britain two-handed. So we've done about 25,000 miles on the boat now.
Wow. Taking a 15-meter performance catamaran out for the day was going to be a huge treat for us, but honestly a little daunting when you consider we had the head designer and builder for the company aboard with us. We knew there was a lot to learn, and we were just hoping we could keep up with their skill and knowledge.
This rig at all?
Oh, because you're keeping so much tension on it?
Well, because you need to balance it up and you need all the tension to work, otherwise the rig goes over the side.
Oh yeah, that would be kind of bad to loosen that up.
So, yeah. 12 buckles are fine.
Okay, so Daz is telling me that you guys are actually designing these in-house now for your battery system, and it's a power distribution system as well?
It is, yeah. I mean, it's the switching and distribution. So it's a Murphy screen, and we worked with another local company, A&P, initially, and then we've subsequently been on training courses to be able to program this. So we've customised this layout for our boats, but it's it's generic enough that it will actually do quite a lot of different boats. So we've now got a control panel here, and we've got 4 remote nodes scattered around the boat, which reduces the overall wiring. Anyway,
so how that works is you just have thick positive or negative cables then running to the nodes, and then those are turning on and off, switching the different areas. Okay.
So local nodes, we've got a node here, got a node over there, one in the back there, one there. So that then just shortens all the cable routes to the local lighting, pumps, fans, whatever it happens to be.
And that's controllable on this head unit then?
Yeah, so that's controllable on here. So we've got a systems button. We turn that on, and that brings on the toilets, the lights that are individually switched. Instruments is the B&G. And then saloon lights, we can turn those on and off here. This panel up behind your head and dim it. Yeah. So you press and hold to dim. And then we can scroll through here. We've got the tricolour anchor lights and things with a mimic panel, fairly standard stuff. Pumps, so we've got the freshwater pump. That will also, if you turn the pump on, you'll be able to see it actually activate. Oh, this is my favourite part of it, is we've got the state of charge of the battery now. We've just come on, we've been motoring for a little bit, so the battery is at 100%. We've got charging current of 2 amps going in, a voltage of 14.6. We've got a graphic display which also, over the course of time, will show you the speed you're dissipating the battery or charging.
Oh wow, oh, okay, that's a nice to be able to graph that. Yeah, that's a brilliant system.
Here's the node.
Oh, okay.
So that's an Empire bus node, local wiring.
What a great idea.
This panel can come out to give you greater access. Yeah. So you have
about 300 watts.
We have a whole load of different panels. This one's used for testing.
about
yeah.
400.
This one's crap.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was gonna say we're playing Frogger. Jumping on board with a couple of guys who had a lot of racing under their belts, we weren't exactly sure what we could expect from our day on the water. A pleasure cruise, just to get the feel of a large catamaran, or full-out race mode with constant action going on. If we were lucky, it would be a little bit of both. Right now we've got Matt behind the helm as we are just exiting the Plymouth Sound, and we're still sailing to windward. I think it's going to be... Everybody's adjusting the sails out there. We've got the wind coming from the south-southwest at about 14 knots. And the last time I checked, the boat was doing about 8.5 to 9. Still a pretty comfortable ride as we head out. But when I was talking to Darren earlier, he said that there's a chance we might be able to get to 18 knots today, so who knows, we'll have to see. I think we're going to kind of ease into it instead of like pushing ourselves to a racing point right away.
Feeling the pace we're going now, and as soon as you start feeling it slowing, then you need to just...
How does it feel up there, Matt?
Good, good. That was my most impressive thing, is watching the helmsman at night. That could sit there and do it just by feel, you know, feel the waves starting to raise the rear end, and then knew. Yeah, I've never been able to do that real well, so it's...
So I think we're leaving some of the choppy seas behind. It's starting to smooth out.
But it was comfortable.
Yeah, well, I was
extremely
inside.
comfortable with that. Because those were close together and there's steep waves too. I mean,
Yeah.
they handled it extremely well. Alright, so we're beam on pretty much into the waves now.
Okay.
So we can feel that undulation, feel that change there, where it's hitting one hull before the other. But I mean, it's as comfortable as you can get. You look good sailing this boat, Jess.
You should buy it for me just for that.
Yeah, a nice accessory, right?
It goes well with my jacket.
Are you getting seasick?
No, it's just so you can see the skag keel there. Look, it's obviously something to run the shaft out of.
Oh my gosh, okay, yeah.
So these are the
I'm surprised. Actually, I anticipated that it was something that was going to be a secondary bond. You're building that separate,
it's
and
molded
then
with the boat, but
it's actually built into the hull.
Yeah.
That is very cool. All right, we'll start off with a list of questions for you. Now that we got you locked in, you're at the helm, you can't go anywhere else, so you got to answer them. One thing I did notice, basically coming into the yard the first time and seeing Hissy Fit, was the underwater profile of the boat and the mini keels they have. Can you describe those and kind of the reasoning behind them?
It's a system we developed over the last few sort of years to really gain control of the downwind sailing on the boat and to improve the structural stiffness of the daggerboard position. So basically we have a little skeg keel aft, a bit like a dart keel, I don't know if you know a dart, which we can run our shaft out of with our mid-engine. So again, with the weight of the boat coming to the middle, we want the engine in the middle, the shaft coming out with a little skeg, so it's got some nice protection.
Yep.
And then the daggerboards themselves are slightly further forward in the structural element of the beam. And then so as you raise those daggerboards, the centre of lateral resistance moves aft. Obviously they are more vulnerable than, you know, keels, but as long as the keels are separated from the hull. But we just tend to reinforce them to death and put lots of Kevlar all around, and a little crash box behind. They're also set in their own watertight compartment area, so even if you smash one out,
redundancy on top of redundancy, then
you're not going to flood the boat.
On this boat, and we noticed it on a few others, that you're doing foils on the rudders.
Yep.
Now again, what are we trying to do with that?
Again, coming back to the Dazcat principles, we're always striving to increase the comfort. And so when I talked earlier about pitching, and centering of the weight, you know, that's all to increase comfort. The beautiful aspect of reducing pitching means the boat actually goes faster. So last year we built a set of foils for this boat, and they're about this wide.
So the real foils, and not just little stubby things. Okay, yeah.
And two things have changed with the boat from before. One is there's definitely slightly less pitch.
Okay, yeah.
Certainly when it's powered up, there seems to be more stability, making the bows drive through and cut through that wave. You know, we've got nice fine bows, so the bow is just cutting through the wave, and the stern is dampened like a big flat stern. But, they're noisy, so we've got foils.
So you've gone with that setup.
And the other interesting thing is it gave us a knot more on the engines, because the boat's not squatting.
I never would have thought about that part.
Anchor is down now. We've just stopped to have some lunch, and behind us is the King Sand Cawsan area, which, if you remember way back, is where Matt and I actually stopped to drop anchor in the Plymouth Harbor when we first came in from Ireland. We got to see that sunrise for like a few seconds. It was beautiful, but now we're gonna have some Cornish pasties here and then get out for a little bit more sailing after. So far a really good day, and I think Matt is learning a ton about boat building and design.
Put these up here. You can help yourselves. Whatever else you want as well.
Cheers to good sail so far. getting back underway after lunch now, and after just raising the sails and getting out. Wind speed, I think 16 knots true, boat speed 11.2. We're just shooting right out of here.
Okay, Jay's ready to go up, so we might as well just go fairly close.
Oh, feel that.
I know, right?
And that's the pretty thing right there. How'd you feel, Jess?
Really, really good.
Yeah.
So smooth. Now we've got the sun coming out too. It's gonna be a really beautiful day.
What adjustment's that? Is that for the board?
Yeah.
That hit 63.
Well, that's our official speed record so far.
Had a nice little gust of wind, just rocketed us along, and on like the most comfortable ride.
Yeah.
I could definitely get used to this.
So smooth.
And so much living space.
Bye.
Smile, you're having fun.
Smile, this is what it's all about.
Exactly what it's all about.
Well, you promised me 18 and we hit it.
Come on down here, Jess. We're getting the grand tour.
Grand tour, Hissy Fit.
So it's a watertight bulkhead there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, the throne room, heads, compartment, obviously electric heads, much nicer these days. We've got a shower head here, hatch above, nice and sort of practical.
And you 6'3", you still get plenty of space in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad. Still have some sole, so you need some cabin space or floor space.
Exactly.
Yep.
So the idea here is you can hang all your oilskins, shower them off. We've got another pull-out shower in here.
Oh, that's great.
Get a couple in here showering if you like. A door, look at that.
Yes, I
Door
see
on
there's
the
a
Dazcat.
door here and there's a door aft as well. So this is definitely the master
Owners.
side, owner's suite, isn't it? Yeah.
Must be a cruising boat. So a little bit of storage, and then in here,
Oh, wow.
a nice deep locker.
Yeah, take a look at that, Jess. And then we have, is that a grey water or
That's
black water
the
tank?
freshwater.
Oh, okay.
So the freshwater is molded into the beam, and instead of having senders and things like that, we've just got a visual sight gauge.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually look. Otherwise, that's it. You know, there's no extra weight.
Like epoxy, portable water. So under here we have engine, and then the fuel tank is forward. Do you remember what the tank capacity is?
80 litres.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's quite small. These boats sail.
I mean, well, actually, I think that's quite large for this. I mean, that's pretty healthy, actually. That's great.
Wish it was.
Actual door on a Dazcat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Physical door here as well.
Another door. Oh my god, this is luxury.
That's crazy. Oh, there is additional storage then aft or behind this.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
so again, my favourite place, the galley. Fantastic view. Fantastic view to the cockpit. Looking out, good social interaction with the eyes.
Yeah, so there's Jessica eye height. We'll do the test again.
Yep.
The easy tiger test.
Yeah.
Matt sitting down.
Yeah.
Tippy toe, flat foot. Tippy toe, flat foot.
Yeah, it's just absolutely perfect with that. Instead of
Feeling a spell. I mean, feel this, you know, it's standing here. This jam on Rupert's boat, we've got to have a little diesel cooking, which is actually a good solution.
let's put the old cup of tea.
This is Rupert was a complete tea. Right. No, that's.
Oh, is that a different guy?
That is a different guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's the
Geologist.
guy. Oh, same person.
So
Oh, that's
these
a
are
pantry.
Well, that's
these are deep here.
and that's the nice part with doing it like this too. So you bring this out to the side deck, which is kind of the way that ours is set up too. So you bring it out to the side deck. Now you have all the side deck's depth for storage. So all of this, you end up gaining, which normally you're trying to make that counter space or something else in any other boat. This, you just get to do storage. You get to have fridge over here in a good location, oven built in, microwave built in, but you still have adequate counter space too. It's not like you're cutting down with just a single sink like what we had to do. And you still have a worktop here too.
Have you seen this down here? This is the sneaky sort of ensuite. So
Oh.
it just looks like a normal heads compartment or cabin.
Wow.
Suddenly you've got
It's a Haida toilet.
sneaker throne and you sit in like that. But the great thing is, if it's the guys, they cannot miss.
Okay, you hope.
There's no way you can miss.
We are continually impressed with each Dazcat we step foot on and the team's innovation and attention to detail. It was incredibly generous of Simon to invite us out on his boat for the day, and an amazing treat to have the two heads of this company to give us all the types of catamaran information we've been yearning for. Their wealth of knowledge has been an extraordinary asset for us, and they pass it along in such a humble way. Once again, we've been blown away by the kindness and generosity of those we meet along our journey, and feel so lucky for all this time we've been able to spend in this part of Devon and Cornwall.
So what, for a cruising couple sailing a boat, we talked about payload, you and I spoke about payloads.
Yeah.
You think about 2,000 is about minimum?
Yeah,
Kilos?
2,000
Yep.
to 3 really.
2003?
If you're going to get greedy, people put up to 4, but then you're carrying stuff for no reason and you're ruining your sailing.
Then you start adding
for
the
it.
washing machines and generator run it and all that fun stuff. And
More is more.
sure,
No,
sure.
More is less.
Yes, yes. That's what we're trying to get rid of our monohull ways.
To pieces, yeah, I need it. Won't you bend them all?